throughout the world, and all of that makes Inuvik a great place to live. So before we begin our regular council meeting, we have a special award tonight to present to one of our councilors who has done a great job in many, many different aspects. And so we're gonna do it in front of the flag, so that a little bit better backdrop than any of the pictures. So I'm gonna ask Councilor Wayman to come on up.
There's just. All the fangirl. You're so right.
I'm saying that this award doesn't happen very often. The fact that we get a coronation of a king or queen. I wasn't even born when the last one happened. I don't know if anybody in the room was born when we had the coronation of Queen Elizabeth. And so this is the coronation of King Charles III. And so there's throughout all the Commonwealth countries, they presented medals to people who have gone beyond the call of duty in many different aspects. And so I'm just going to read because this was presented for us. So on behalf of King Charles III, the Inuvik Regional Corporation, and all the citizens of Inuvik, a heartfelt congratulations to you, Kurt, for being awarded the prestigious King Charles III Coronation Medal. This honor recognizes the significant contributions to Canada, your territory, and your community, highlighting the impact of your dedication and achievements. Your commitment, hard work have not only enriched our heritage, culture, and communities, but have also set a remarkable example for others to follow. That'll be a challenge. Born and raised in Inuvik, your pride in your community is evident through the service on town council of 5 consecutive terms, ensuring the well-being of the public and municipal interest. Your dedication to the community and economic growth in the Beaufort Delta has been truly remarkable. As founder, owner, and operator of Northwind Industries, you have expanded from 1 plow truck to over 200 pieces of equipment, making your company recognized across Canada. Your efforts have provided education and job opportunities for both skilled and unskilled workers, benefiting families and the economy for people throughout the entire region. Your lifetime achievements are a testament of the resilience and strength of the Inuvik, and they deserve to be celebrated. Once again, congratulations on this well-deserved honor. Kainani, Kona, thank you. Merci. Great job. So this is the medal, which is cool. And then there's also a special pin that goes with it. And then you also get the certificate. So all of that. Here, let me just. Have any photo opportunity? Have it on. Great. Thank you very much. I'm certainly well deserved.
Congratulations.
My family.
Family can come on up.
Do you want one of you and your mom first?
Yes, please.
Mom first.
Yes, mom first. Congrats.
All right, babies.
We're gonna. Oh, I gotta widen the angle now. Just give me a sec here. There we go. More. Good.
Thank you.
Still be a lot bigger headed than that. He doesn't know. Hey, cool. Hey, Chris, I'm gonna put the other one from you now. Thank you for present.
No, thank you for all that work.
Yeah.
All right, good evening again, everyone. We'll begin the regular council meeting. Item number 2, the adoption of the agenda. You will note that there have been some changes since Monday night in the agenda. But the agenda you should have in front of you, or the latest one you were presented, includes the additions to the agenda. So moved by Councilor McDonald, second by Councilor Gillis. Any further questions, comments, changes to the agenda? All those in favor? Motion carried. Delegations, presentations, and
Conflict.
what's that?
Uh,
Oh, sorry, declaration of conflict of interest and pecuniary interest. I believe Councilor Wayman, you've got 8.1 and 8.2, is it? Or
And
8.2 and
8.3.
8.3?
And 8.3.
Okay, thank you. No other conflicts
Could I-
declared?
Yeah, it's Alana here. Could I ask, is 8.4, is that the housing corporation?
Okay, you're declaring.
That's for the
conflict
modular units?
of-
Yeah, if that's with regards to housing, I'm in a conflict on that one.
Yeah, I don't think you've got a conflict on,
there's nothing to do with the housing units.
no.
Okay, then I'm not in conflict. Thank you.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, item number 4, delegations, presentations, or petitions. 4.1, I guess we've got 2 RCMP reports, November and December. And so, Sergeant, why not, if you want to come on up, we'll just move your mic back over there. Yeah, we just moved it out of the way for the pictures.
Yes, thank you. So we have 2 reports here, so I won't spend too much time on either of them, but just highlight some of the main events. In November, a couple firearms complaints in town again, right? So we were able to seize a modified shotgun again, another sawed-off shotgun. We believe is being used in the illicit drug trade in town. And had a complaint about firearms outside of the Mad Trapper early in the morning. Both those matters still under investigation, no charges have been laid yet. Caught some impaired drivers in November. And had some very interesting discussions with the GNWT, their scan civil forfeiture community consult. It's really good to be there and learn what these new tools are going to be all about and how they can help us keep the community safe. I've been doing a lot of school presentations, partnering with Victim Services and the Justice Committee with the Purple Tree campaign. We did a high school career fair booth. Attended the victim sing-along for the murder victim. And presentations at the school on different safety issues and helping out with the minor hockey fundraising, coaching, and on the board. Constable Parisian transferred out of Inuvik to Fort Good Hope in November as well. That was the highlights of November. And into December, again, we seized another handgun. This one was out of an apartment, along with quite an amount of Canadian currency and some illicit drugs. So that matter, there are charges laid. They were on youth, not from the territory. And yeah, those matters are still before the courts. A lot of road safety initiatives in December, partnering with the municipal enforcement and the fire department, candy cane check stops, Operation Gingerbread, and checked over 100 vehicles over the month. Also partnered in December again with Victim Services and the Justice Committee, delivering some self-defense workshops in the community. We did a parent safety night at the school with some of the other members, talking about some gang recruitment strategies, what to look for in youth, how to keep them safe online, and things that are going on here in town. Helped with the Christmas parade. I also met with the new security officer who is helping patrol at the Nova Apartments, the Bertha Allen building, and the 2 shelters here in town. So met with the shelter manager and the staff and their clients over at the shelter to see how we could better partner together to keep all of that demographic safe. Biggest news in December though was the transfer of Constable Daniel Mercier. He graduated from Depot and he's coming along here tonight with his trainer Eric, and he was just hoping to introduce himself to you guys in the community.
Sure, that'd be great.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant. I'm Constable Daniel Mercier. I'm from near Toronto, Ontario, so a little bit far away from home. But I'm very happy to be here in Inuvik and looking to meet all of you guys and work with you guys in the community to help get a safer place. Thank you very much.
All right, pleasure to meet you.
Welcome. Questions, comments from councilors on any of the 2 reports or anything else? Councilor Raymond?
Welcome. Is your first time in the north?
Yes.
Right into the fire, eh? How's the security thing working? Is it being effective with working with the security guys in Nova and that? Nova's, as we all know, kind of crazy.
So the biggest advantage we see is that he is the eyes and ears and is calling for help, calling us to report things that some of the other tenants may be a little leery about reporting.
Perfect.
He's not scared about calling and reporting things that he's seeing or hearing. So that's a really big benefit. When we were doing our investigation into this firearm complaint, he helped after the fact, like with some scene security. And I know he's called in some other complaints around town where he's helping across stuff. So he's a big voice, big advocate for the community and helping people that don't feel they have a voice or are too timid to voice their concerns. So that's a really good asset.
Happy for that. Thank you.
Can I just speak to that, please, Peter?
Yeah, go ahead, Councilor Merrill.
Okay, so the security service has been hired by Housing NWT, and specifically for Bompa's Apartments in the Bertha Allen building, because we were having a real issue with not just crime, but also homeless issues over at the Bertha Allen and people getting into the building. And then they're also helping out with the shelters. And interestingly, I haven't had a lot of need at the shelters, but it's a very well-known security company with very, very qualified people, which I think is going to help us a great deal. And they're working closely with the RCMP and then with us.
Okay, thanks, Councilor Merrill. Any further questions, comments? Because I will comment that I think in the last, well, certainly even starting when Jesse was here, but we've seen a real uptake in involvement from the RCMP in the community, a lot more visible, and it's quite noticeable, and just being involved and coming out to different events. And I think the Sunrise Festival was a good example. Not only were the officers at the Legion flipping pancakes, but there were officers out for the Taste of Inuvik and Arctic Market. So I think, kudos to the RCMP for certainly what I've noticed, an increase in visibility, but just increase in community events. And I think that goes a long ways and goes a long ways with the youth and certainly some of the youth involvement at the schools and with minor hockey and other aspects. I think that's all great, and it's just goes that extra step, I think, which will pay dividends and is paying dividends already. So yeah, kudos to the RCMP for making that extra effort.
I appreciate that you noticing that. My belief is that we're attending more community events, our calls for service go down, and the stats show that with your your anecdote, because our calls through service over the last couple of years have declined, so. Thank you for noticing.
No, that's great, and we certainly as town council and town staff, we look forward to continuing to work as a solid partner and assisting wherever we can to make our community safe, so. We look forward to working together in 2026.
Let's do it.
And thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, moving along, we have, I think we're good on public question period. All of our public has left the room. Item number 6, minutes, adoption of the minutes from the December 8th and 10th council meetings. Moved by Councillor Gillis, seconded by Deputy Mayor Barlick. Any further corrections, changes needed on the minutes? All those in favor? Motion carried.
Yes.
Action items. Cindy, anything new there?
To follow up with your question regarding the assessment and the categorization of the taxation based on the community plan. So we have reached out and we're just waiting to hear back from the assessors on how that would be applied. Understanding that they, until we get the community plan passed, that we're not taking any action on that. And I did hear from our lawyers with regard to NTTC, and we won't have any confirmed accurate numbers in terms of what our rates are going to be until February 1st.
But they have approved additional rates to be already 15% that's in there. We're just waiting to hear exactly what that will be and what it will be, because it's not exactly clear what it will be for the different categories of billing, so residential, commercial, and government. And so, yeah, once we get the clear numbers, then everybody will know that. So that should be by February 1st.
Having said that, from our budgeting side, we have included that consideration in our budgeting for the electrical utilities.
So we should be good budget wise, but it'll just be good to actually see those numbers and see what they mean to everybody else in town. Okay, new business. 8. Request for council decision 26/004 tender award fuel treatment boundary 8-1. Moved by Councillor Gillis, seconded by Councillor McDonald. Any further discussion on 1? Yeah, this is some fire smarting. This will go a long ways to reducing our fire risk up on the hill on the other side of office. Councillor Lemieux.
On that, it shows the map, it shows the, like the brush, like right off of Centennial, heading east, all the way across, like all that's gonna be cleared out?
So it's not clearing, it is thinning.
Yeah, but it's 5 meters between trees, so that's kind
Yeah,
of,
so that's
Clear.
that's,
right?
Just where the red lines are, so everything past the red lines, like towards the bypass?
Yeah, but if you look in the map there, right? So from, you see where the young offenders facility is?
right here, Chuck.
Yeah, so like they're clearing all of that, like it just seems to me like that's an awful lot of clearing. Wouldn't it be, and I get the concept of it, I just don't know if that's, if we want to do it there, would it be better to be on the other side of the highway? The other side of the bypass, instead of killing all the greenage, like the dust and noise from the bypass is gonna be amplified huge coming into town on that part, if you clear all the trees out of there.
Hopefully not after 27, because the plan is to pave chip seal
Well, you're
bypass.
still gonna get the noise, so we're already
Yeah.
getting complaints about like engine brakes. Now you pull all of that barrier out of there, you're gonna hear cabs going across there.
Well,
I can't, like, wouldn't it make more sense to be on the other side of the highway?
possibly, but the other as you've probably seen from the community plan, all of this area from the water line here, all the way up to there is where the new development will go. So those, right now, the trees are being thinned,
Mm-hmm.
but at some point, those trees are going to be taken out.
How far?
Well,
20 years?
no, we don't have any service lots for sale,
Right,
so we don't have it.
so that's where they're going.
That's the next, and we've already applied for the money to be able to put in the utilidor and to put in the roads in that area. But in order to put in,
Right.
even to put
I
in the
get it.
utilidor and the roads, we're taking out a bunch more of those trees. And then when we start filling the lots,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully, you know, you can leave trees so that it's not just, you know, one
Yeah.
big.
I get it, I
wide
just
space,
wanted
but-
to raise it as we're probably gonna hear about it, right?
Understandable, but again, that is based on consultation with ECC and wildland urban experts in terms of that. Also understanding the topography of the land over that way and the fact of this was a report that was done over the course of a number of years, actually. It's been about 5 years that this has been created. And consultation has happened both between the town as well as ECC and having a wildland expert take a look. That's the reason why we're not clear cutting, we're thinning the trees.
And this area in here has already been thinned, because this is where all of our solar panels are, right in there. So that area's already had some of the thinning.
Yeah, and we've already gotten feedback that
Yeah,
was
we've gotten
totally
feedback.
positive on that either, right? So I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
telling you, I looked at it, if I was living in there, I'd be a little choked and
Yeah,
just letting you know.
okay. I think also our response is, we're sheltering in place, we're not evacuating, so
Mhm.
we need to make the community as safe as possible.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're not getting an argument from me.
Yeah.
And already taking advantage of an existing fire break per se, meaning the bypass. So I want you to consider.
That could be on both sides, so it's still.
Yeah,
we're in
it
the
it
same.
could be on both sides. However, if it does breach the bypass and the fire break,
Mhm.
it'll move a lot quicker if those trees are not trimmed.
I hear you.
yeah, any further discussion on A1?
Nope.
All those in favor? Motion carried. Okay, 8.2. Tender award for the sewage lagoon dike and outlet.
Oh, yes, stay up for this one. too.
2 and 3,
Yeah.
2 and 3.
1, 2 and 3 for him,
Oh, yeah, just 1 and 2, 1 and 2 are for him.
and 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right, and 3.
Okay.
Okay. 8.2, request for council decision on the tender of the award for the sewage lagoon dike and structure rehabilitation. Moved by Deputy Mayor Barlick, seconded by Councilor Day. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Motion
Yes.
carried. 8.3, request for council decision, tender award demolition, site cleanup on the 2 lots that we bought as a tax sale. And, get this on the table, moved by Councilor Parrott, second by Councilor Lemieux. Any further discussion on these 2? All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion carried. Bring back Councilor Wayman. This is also a new, request for council decision. This came out of a committee meeting that infrastructure had yesterday and, taking a look at it, so we'll get it onto the table. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconded by Councilor Wayman. Questions, comments on this? Deputy Mayor Barlick.
Yeah, sorry, maybe you guys talked about this on Monday too. So this is now an additional capital project on top of what was just recently approved.
Yeah.
That is correct, and we are looking to reallocate funds from existing, so it's not an addition to the budget. It is an additional capital
Things are
project, but
gonna be
we are
shuffled.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
shuffling
what I
some
wasn't
funds.
sure.
Yeah.
Great, thanks. Well, definitely it's some urgently needed.
Yeah, it's needed and we do have double redundancy, but it's something that needs to be definitely repaired and, we got a good, report on what the damage was and then what it takes to fix it, so it's, but it's not a quick fix, as we were discussing. If we move on it now, hopefully it'll be fixed by summer. Because by the time they make the parts, get them up here, get the old parts cut out, get the new parts welded in, yeah, it'll take a while, but we've got two cells working now, so we do have some redundancy. Yeah.
Good, thank you.
And was also identified in the committee meeting that we need to make sure that whatever protocols we need to follow to ensure things are properly monitored, maintained, and inspected, that we're also doing that to make sure that we don't have any other failures like this one. All those in favor? Motion carried. Bylaws, request for council decision 9-1. This is the annual borrowing bylaw on the corporate credit card. Moved by Councilor Raymond, second by Councilor Gillis. Any further questions, comments on this? Cindy explained it all on Monday night. All those in favor? Motion
Yes.
carried. Annual, borrowing bylaw, municipal line of credit, moved by Deputy Mayor Barlick, second by Councilor Wayman. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Yes.
9, interim tax billing, moved by Councilor McDonald, second by Councilor Parrott. Any further discussion on here? All those in favor?
Yes.
Carried. 9-4, water and sewer utility rates, moved by Councilor Wayman, second by Councilor Deputy Mayor Barlick. Any further questions, comments on any of the rates? All those in favor? Motion
Yes.
carried. 9-5, okay, so that one was on the water rates, this is on the solid waste levy. Moved by Deputy Mayor Barlick, second by Councilor Gillis. Any questions, comments on the solid waste levy? All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion carried. 9-6, this is the bylaw to appoint our new bylaw officer, so he can, do everything in his job description. Moved by Councilor Parrott, seconded by Councilor McDonald. Any further questions, comments on the bylaw officer appointment? All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion carried. Item number 10, we don't have the departmental updates at this meeting. Information items, I think we covered a couple. Any other new information items? Council, nothing. All right, I don't have anything further. We are in, well, the only thing I do have, I guess, we are in constant discussions with, well, now Canmore, and also D&D about multi-use, dual-use infrastructure. So over probably the next 6 months, we'll have a pretty good idea of what we may or may not be able to get. With D&D, it's a little bit of a moving target because some of their stuff is 10 years out there. So it's hard to say when they're gonna be willing to make the investment in dual use or multi-use infrastructure. With Canmore, they've got the money, well, they had it for this fiscal year that they're currently in, and they've got for this coming fiscal year for them and the year after that. So we're going after some of that money, and we've had some discussions, with them, so it's a new funding source, and it's across the country, but they're making, Canor is the, agency that's making some things happen or providing funding within the territories, so we'll be chasing that down. It means extra work on some of the staff, both in infrastructure and now also in protective services, because we're looking at, what may be needed to enhance their firefighting. So that, I mean, some of it's exciting because it's new money, but also it's gonna be more work on our part to lay it out, to justify it, and then create that partnership. So we should be able to give updates as we're going, how things are going and what things we're still looking at, but definitely moving forward on all the things we've discussed, the shared garage and warm and cold storage and water outlets, water tower, now even the lagoon enhancement. So wherever we see there's the potential for multi-use, we're looking now through that lens. So that should be good news for our budget, and because we're a Northern Operational Support Hub, it will definitely, it will put us in a higher category than communities that aren't in that same level of concern. And also out there waving the flag wherever we can, as I mentioned on Monday, we'll be going to Yellowknife for Arctic security session on a panel there. And then we'll be in Whitehorse end of February, and just to keep Inuvik on the radar screen, whoever the audience happens to be. And yeah, it's additional work, but it's important stuff that we need to do, given the billions of dollars that are going to be spent in the Arctic. So you'll hear more about that as we move forward. Any other information items from anyone? Seeing none. Council concerns? Concerns of any? Council McDonald?
Yeah, I just had a call from a resident. I didn't have an answer for them, but they were inquiring about bylaw patrol. They were concerned about traffic, just speeding and not stopping at stop signs. I guess some children, there was a near miss. And his question to me was, are we doing a regular patrol? I know sometimes he mentioned that they're at the school. I don't have kids at school, so I don't see them. But I did tell him I'd ask, and I don't see Brian here. I'd ask him. So maybe Cindy, you can answer that for me.
Our bylaw officers are at the schools in the morning
Okay.
and in the evening, like the 3 p.m. So during the school times, in the school zones, they are. So it depends on where the incident happened. We will also bring it to our CMP's attention as well, because they can also enforce.
Yeah.
Laws.
And I drive by there all, they're there. In
Yeah.
the morning and the afternoon, I see them.
Okay, no, that's good. I can let him know that they are there. Thank you.
However, having said that, we can also do up a public post to remind drivers to be safe around kids. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when we've had as much snow as we've had. I mean, sometimes the kids are walking on the road because it's easier to walk as opposed to, on the side of the road. So I think it's worthwhile. I also had a complaint from one of the community residents about how we've got some dark spots in town where either for some reason streetlights were removed or went out and weren't replaced. And so city has had bylaw go around and actually check, because one of the spots was where the bus was picking up the kids. So the kids were basically coming into a dark spot. So we are going around town and identifying so that we can then work with Power Corp to get some lights up in some of these dark spots. So if you notice any particular spot that seems a lot darker than, the rest of the street, then let Cindy know, and then we can make sure that that's flagged to get a street light in that area for next winter. Councilor Mew.
They've also got those really bright lights too that can replace, right? They could be straight swapped with some of the older lights.
They have been replacing them.
So in some of those areas, if we could identify, instead of maybe putting another light, just replace one that's there with a much brighter.
Oh, okay,
That
yeah.
might,
Yeah.
solve some of the issues too.
Oh, that might be a solution, yeah. Okay, no other information items? So, Counselor Raymond.
I got one from a couple of kids. They asked them about the Christmas tree and how to unplug it.
They want it unplugged or don't
Oh,
want
they
it?
don't want to unplug it.
Yeah.
Because they seen us taking some lights on or something and
Okay.
they're walking by and asking us if we would keep it plugged in. I said, well, that's, I don't know how long we can do that for.
I don't know, how long have we usually, I mean, we replaced the Merry Christmas, or we fixed up the Merry Christmas 3 weeks after Christmas, so, I don't know how long we leave the lights up and plugged in.
Generally, I think it's kind of during the dark months and certainly past the Sunrise Festival. But we can check. I mean, it's the actual electrical draw, that's pretty minimal, so I think that we're gonna be spending thousands and thousands of dollars on it, so.
No, they don't take very much.
It was a funny request.
No, it's questionable, yeah. Okay, speaking of youth, one of the things we're going to initiate, when the directors do their reports, Christine is also gonna do a student or youth report on and already collecting either information items or questions or things that youth are asking about. So we'll also get that once a month also. And then when our other counselors in, then we'll also get her to raise the same things, because they may have different input from different youth and different friends. So that's something that we'll also bring to the table to hear, from a broader sector of the community. And that's it for the agenda items. Motion to adjourn, moved by Councillor Lemieux. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Thanks, Peter. Night.
Councillor Merrill.